was kidding.
Oh, okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome to 6-Minute Access
And
Star Wars
Battlefront II.
Jesus, this is a shit
by
show.
me. Oh, stand by me.
What a shit show.
It is a shit show. That's why we host it together.
This is 6-Minute Access of Star Wars Battlefront II 2017. I'm Bronson.
I love microtransactions
I'm Brandon.
in the video game.
Oh my god, shut up. We're introducing ourselves.
God,
No one cares about you, Dimitri.
Wow!
Oh my god.
Fucking...
You defend Dimitri with that.
Oh, God. Joined by Brandon.
Hey!
And, of course, Ray Glenn Johannesson III.
I'm just kidding.
God, that kid's the worst.
Fuck that kid. So, yeah, a lot of controversy surrounded this game.
Microtransactions.
A lot of
in
controversy
video game?
surrounding that weird intro. As a bit of a background, I tried to get Bronson to do the bass line for Stand By Me, but he didn't want to do it.
Yep.
So then I got Ray to do it, but then I decided last minute that I was joking, and that is what happened. What's this controversy about, Bronson?
Brandon?
Brian is what I almost called him.
Yep, Ninja Brian. So when the game first launched in early access, and like its
Are those
first,
the mother boxes?
Yep, these are the loot
mother
boxes.
boxes.
Oh, cool! We got a card for Chewbacca. Yay. So when it first launched, you could get these cards through microtransaction loot boxes that would heavily improve your character if you got lucky and got good shit. Now, you can either unlock these through playing, which you get one per level and one for logging in every day, or you could just buy a shit ton of them. A lot of people saw this as pay to win, because, I mean, if you're willing
I don't think it is.
If you're willing to throw enough money down, you will have a significant advantage, because some of these cards are fucking ridiculous.
So my problem with this quote-unquote controversy is that to me it seems a little ridiculous. Like, I get that it takes forever I get that it would take someone who's just playing and trying to earn it forever compared to the person who's just buying into it. But, like, you can still... like, get it through the game. You don't have to buy it. That's my problem with this controversy.
My problem with it is the progression system just isn't fun.
Sure.
And also because the amount of time to get it. Like, if it was like Overwatch, where it's like, you can get a loot box in Overwatch in what, about 3 matches?
I'd say like 6.
3 if you're winning.
Well, I mean, you get about 3,000 experience a game if you win.
You can
and then you need 20,000 for a level.
But, the other thing...
that's an hour of play. 6 matches Overwatch, that's like an hour, maybe a little more.
The other thing about this loot box controversy is that it sounded more like people were mad that skill wasn't being as rewarded as just buying into it. They saw it as and that I get.
Yeah.
I get.
I'll show how it works. So,
Darth Maul.
Wait, it works?
Yeah, I'll show you.
Why are you playing as Darth Maul when you can play as Lando Calrissian, the true hero of Star Wars?
Yeah, so a good amount of heroes are unlocked from the start and ships. In fact, the only locked
I'm done, guys! I'm going home.
The only locked ones are Chewbacca, Vader, Emperor.
I was cosplaying Emperor Palpatine at E3.
Is this the OC from this game?
Yeah, the OC, Luke, Leia. Everyone else is...
Oh, so it's like The Force Awakens, where, like, you kind of have to wait forever for Luke to show up. He's probably not even worth it.
Well, I mean, Darth Maul is the best character,
but, like,
so...
Oh, shut up.
I love Darth Maul, you bastard.
Yeah,
I'll defend my baby to the end.
So, you get these cards that significantly boost abilities. So, like, Freeze has an increased area effect to, like, +4.
It's pretty much like an RPG type thing.
Or Pull has an increased power effect, like, to 30%, because these are epic, so they're hella good.
Kylo Ren's broken as a character in universe.
So, like, I'll throw these on him.
Not as broken as Rey, but...
Oh, God, Rey is so powerful.
So
I hate that people hate that. I don't care. It's Star Wars.
Yeah.
So like on her, I have a couple of epics. Like on my assault class, which
I don't even know why I like Rey so much. It's odd.
Because she's great.
Yeah. Like,
So
everyone was hating on her. I was just like, but Rey's so great.
shut the. God damn it.
We'll talk about Star Wars after he finishes talking about Star Wars.
Yeah,
Yeah, so,
we'll wait our turn to talk.
Yeah, so you can craft these cards by these crafting points you get in packs or getting duplicates.
Oh, so it's like Heroes.
It's like Hearthstone, except not nearly as much dust. Yeah, so in theory, if you paid for a whole bunch of loot boxes,
You could get really rare and legendary cards.
yeah,
and
like
just-
look at my fucking Kylo Ren. Like those two epics drastically make him better than like a base Kylo Ren or a base Jedi character.
Sure.
So, did you start with those, or did you get those in?
I got those in
play.
Yeah, in play.
So you just got really lucky.
This is what I'm talking about, though. This is my problem with the controversy. You got those in play. You can get them in play. So, like, my whole thing is
The problem is though is it's like you don't level particularly quickly, and that's the only way to get them. Like,
so unless
like I
you're
said,
really lucky in like the early levels.
If you go back to like some of the old school like fighting games and stuff like that, it was always like it took you like several hours of gameplay and crazy ass conditions to unlock those characters too. So
yeah, like the thing is though is that wasn't like a online multiplayer shooter.
yeah, like
I guess
and this progression system doesn't feel rewarding because it's just like random. You just like
does it power up your base character or just when you transform into like your...
just when you add the cards.
So
like if you just start the game, do you start as Kylo Ren?
Yeah, he's unlocked from the start, but like
no, I mean like if you
like,
start
in a match. No, in a match you play
it's
as
it's like
you play
battle
as,
the first Battlefront.
yeah, that's what I thought. You just
play as
normal...
one of the four, and then as
then
the
when
match
you build
proceeds,
a super,
you get points, and then once you have enough points, you can buy a life as Kylo or Rey or Yoda or whoever you want.
Do you just have to do you assign them before match, or is it random?
No, like I'll show you right now. We'll do the Galactic Conquest mode, which is their 20 on 20 like.
That sounds awful.
It's a lot of fun. I'm not particularly good at it.
I hate just big matches like that.
Dude,
I've never been a fan.
Like,
I don't like a map where I can be shot from anywhere at any time.
Hoth. Actually, I haven't played this one yet. So,
I really like the Family Guy joke where he
Hoth.
says he's like, why do they even call it Hoth? Should be called Kolth.
I love that joke. It's so
stupid.
simple, but it's
so
beautiful.
I hate the Family Guy Star Wars specials too. They're dumb as fuck.
Bad. Yeah, they're not good. But what is your opinion on Star Wars, Brandon? Like as a whole?
Oh, I love Star Wars.
Same.
Oh, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. My thing is like I know Star Wars is stupid. It's like dumb entertainment fun, but it's like damn good dumb fun. You know?
Yeah, like.
That's okay. So that's like what I was gonna say about Rey is that like everybody was freaking out because she was like this quote unquote Mary Sue. Like that's when everybody added Mary Sue.
You mean like Luke Skywalker?
Yeah.
Like well no, because Rey was significantly more powerful than Luke. Let's be real.
Yeah.
But
part
of that's the visual effects, like the evolution of visual effects. The other part of it is we've already had an established universe, so now we can like push the limits on it.
Oh shit.
And the other part of it is it's just fucking
Pro
cool.
status.
It's just badass to see her like.
Yeah.
Take the lightsaber from Kylo Ren as her as a weird sort of like quote unquote birthright type thing.
Hold on a second, Bronson. Do you have cards for your base character too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. So that's where I see it being unfair.
See, like up here, like I have an improved grenade, and my like binoculars replenish quicker.
Okay.
Because those are what I have for my assault class.
That's where it would bug me a little bit.
So the card level, can you buy that too, or do you have to?
No, you have to. So the more cards you get, the higher your card level goes. And
you can buy that in theory.
Yeah, like you can.
That's where I would see the problem being because you unlock certain perks. It looks like based on your card level.
Yeah. So and you unlock equipment slots based on card level as well.
Yeah, and that's okay. I could see where that would be a problem. I would rather you earn that through matches.
Yeah, because that...
Not even necessarily winning matches, just playing matches. Just reward the
character.
That was pretty, Bronson.
His name was Baxrammer.
I killed 3 of them. Nice.
That's a very Star Wars name.
As the match goes on, you need 6,000 for Yoda, 6,000 for Lando, 8 for Rey.
6,000... You need the same amount of points for fucking Lando as you do for Yoda?
Yeah.
I mean...
Why?
Lando is just as good as Yoda.
Lando's better than Yoda, honestly. Like, they were talking about Anakin Skywalker being the chosen one, but your boy Lando,
Mr. Calrissian.
This game looks way better in first person, but I prefer playing it in third.
Ray hasn't seen Star Wars either.
I've seen Star Wars.
He's seen.
No, I've watched them all.
He's seen. No, you haven't.
No,
Don't
I
lie.
did. Joanna made me watch them all.
Good. She was a good girlfriend.
I never dated her.
Or like person you were hooking up with. But anyway,
run into that
Friends
hole.
with benefits?
Run into that crevasse.
That's my house. That's my horse.
Horse.
Yeah, Empire is the best Star Wars.
Empire is the best Star Wars.
That's.
That being said, I'm kind of just down with Star Wars, honestly. Like
Yeah,
any Star Wars, even the prequels, I'm like I don't hate them.
It was weird. I was so excited for the new Star Wars, and then like the more trailers came out, I just got less and less excited.
Oh, I couldn't be more excited.
I don't know what it was. I was just like, like the more they just showed Luke whining like a little baby.
That's Luke.
I was just like, stop it, Luke.
Now he's just like angry Luke. He's no longer crybaby
Luke.
Luke.
Grandpa Luke.
He's just like, what's that, Billy?
My name's Bobby.
We talk about how damn gorgeous this game looks.
It's pretty good looking, yeah.
Like it sounds great and
it
looks gorgeous.
That was something I liked about the first game was it really felt like you were playing Star Wars.
Yeah,
but I only played the beta for the first game.
I was not a fan of the first one. It just didn't feel that smooth to me, and that's bad for a shooter.
It also lacked content.
Yeah, that was the major problem.
Didn't you have to buy more content?
Well, yeah,
it was like it was a $60 season pass.
It was a $60 patch, basically.
So, like this one, you won't need to buy any of the maps or any of that. They're all going to be free.
No, instead you buy the power-ups.
Yeah.
No, well, yeah, now you don't because that's been taken out.
Yeah.
You can't buy them anymore.
So, which is good.
Yeah.
That's the thing though. Like EA's figuring it out. Like this is kind of a.
Oh, wow, I got lucky.
Okay, so I heard a counter argument to this that kind of like put things into perspective for me a little bit better because one of my friends works with Linden Labs, so he works in the game industry as a dev. And when this came out, he got really mad at everybody that was like freaking out about EA wanting to make money off of this game in that manner because he was saying like when you make a big ass game like this, it costs like several billions of dollars to make, and
what was shooting? Okay,
the returns you get on it just aren't as big as everyone might think, and so you kind of have to like that's why DLC is a thing in the first place. That's why
here's my thing about that though is like. No one's making them do some of the shit they're doing to cause it to be so expensive.
Yeah.
Well, but that's not true either, though. Like you're forgetting all of the dev costs and everything. You're forgetting marketing.
Yeah,
like these are all things.
This is Star Wars. It markets itself.
Yeah.
Yes and no, though. You still do have to have a marketing campaign. Like if nobody knows it's coming out, then nobody's gonna buy it.
Like,
and that's not even the expensive part.
Here's the thing.
Games do ghost releases, I guess it would be called. Like Fire Emblem's a perfect example.
Sure.
Fire Emblem had no announcement. Nobody was just like, "Hey, Star Wars."
What, the original Fire Emblem?
No, like the one that just came out for the Switch.
The
Heroes?
Switch.
Yeah. There wasn't a single thing that
I see commercials for that shit on TV all the fucking time.
I've never seen a single one still.
So here's my thing. Like I don't like care because if Dark Souls, the first one, can sell 2 million copies and the publisher and developer both be thrilled, why can't Star Wars on
Well, okay, but so let's remove marketing from the situation in the first place. A game with this level of graphics, with this level of like world and gameplay, that is a very fucking expensive thing to do.
But like no one's making them. Like that's the thing.
Well, but that's the thing though. Is like it's expected nowadays. Like when you have a AAA game, like it absolutely is. When you have a AAA game like this,
yes.
It's a big game. Like people are, and it's Star Wars. Like you're saying, it sells itself, but like it's Star Wars. So people are expecting big, glorious, gorgeous graphics. Like they want immersion nowadays with AAA, especially with a shooter. You know, and there are a million shooters on the market right now. It's like.
But the thing with this game is this shit is using Frostbite. This is their in-house tech.
Sure.
That they've had for years.
Yeah, so they don't have to license the engine.
Yeah.
But other than that, they still have to.
Why are you just standing there?
I was trying to pick up the rocket.
They still have to pay all their artists. They still have to pay. All the counter argument is simply saying is that the studios don't make as much money, specifically DICE, I'm sure. Like, I'm sure EA is fucking rolling in it right now, but specifically the studios don't make as much money off of these things as you might assume based on, like, sales figures. And so microtransactions and DLC becomes, like, kind of their big money maker.
Well,
that's the counter argument.
Here's my thing, like, I'm fine with like DLC, pay to play, play to win. Like, if you wanna drop $50 on a game, that's fine. But I think there should be like a limit on purchase if that's the case. Like,
no, they'll never do that.
Yeah, well, I mean, like on a daily basis. And I guess to
the same end, like,
you want to buy an extra 2 loot boxes a day, go for it.
To me, okay, so on that same end though, like, your argument was nobody's making them put all of this money into the development.
So, like,
my counter argument is nobody's making you buy the loot boxes either.
Yeah, but like here's the thing though, it is a significantly worse game for it.
Maybe.
And got him.
Maybe, but
God, talking and playing at the same time is hard. But like, explain to me why, like, Dark Souls can do it on, like, 1/100th of the budget, sell 2 million copies, which is probably going to be, like, a third of what this sells, if that, and they're ecstatic. And the game looks great, plays great.
Dark Souls has a niche. That's the thing, like, we're gamers, and everyone we know is gamers, and the thing about that is, like, yeah, Dark Souls was really successful, but it's partly because it was on such a small budget, and the other part is, like, it had good word of mouth. Like, this is Star Wars, so the expectations for this game are significantly bigger than...
But, like, Dark Souls looks...
Not even that this is just Star Wars. This is just another shooter out of the 7 billion shooters that came out this year.
You know,
yeah. Like they have to compete with all of those shooters as well.
And it's resurrecting an old IP.
And my defense against that is, like, Call of Duty. Like, the amount of money that EA spends chasing Call of Duty, for Call of Duty to literally been using the same engine in some capacity since, like, 2006, 2007.
Sure, yeah, but I don't...
Oh, hold on. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I don't feel like that's very relevant in this case, because the initial argument is it's pay to win. Like, you can spend all this money in the game to buy the loot boxes and buy all of that stuff, but the counter argument is development costs don't always lend for that big a profit margin, so that's how the studio makes money. And I'm personally not saying that that's the best model to chase after.
It's unsustainable is what it is.
It's not necessarily unsustainable. The thing is, like, they probably saw Overwatch was doing it and several other big shooters were doing it, and that, like, caused them to want to... Because I think I don't play Counter-Strike, but doesn't CSGO also have, like, some sort of loot box model?
No, you just, like, buy the item you want off the shop.
That's way better, I think, than a loot box. But anyway, I know that the gacha games are really big on mobile games right now, like Fire Emblem Fates and Fate Grand Order and stuff like that. They probably saw that all those things were working for them and decided, you know, last time we tried DLC and we did it fucking wrong. Like, they did it wrong, but they tried it and people didn't like it. And when big corporations like EA see that those like returns, they don't necessarily look at what's actually being said about it. They just look at, like, the numbers, like
which
the figures.
Is not the correct way to do things.
It's not, but EA's not a developer. They're a distributor, essentially, for a game like this. I would say,
yeah.
Like, DICE made this game, so I'm sure DICE kind of has their hands tied on a lot of this shit. Like, they make the game, but I very much so doubt they have a whole lot of say in, like, what actually brings in money or how they actually sell it. So that's all I think the counter argument was that the studio doesn't see as much money, and so that's kind of how they have to make up for it, or how they feel they have to make up for it.
Yeah, that's the primary where there's feel, because, I mean, there are so many games that, like, do really big at, like, way lower budget that are way better games. Like,
I don't think they do it to this same sort of scale, though. With this graphic fidelity.
I would very much point to The Witcher.
Like, yeah, but The Witcher's a completely different thing. A completely different genre.
Yeah,
you know?
but it's this massive fucking game that's...
Well, The Witcher doesn't look nearly as good as this, I think.
The Witcher 2 or Witcher 3...
The Witcher 3 was gorgeous, but I definitely think these graphics are more immersive.
Oh, shit.
That was awesome, Bronson.
That was awesome. No,
I'm not even a big fan of this game.
I will happily load up The Witcher 3 and show you the level of fidelity it has, because it looks every bit as good as this.
I disagree, but I think I'm that might just be me being more invested in the world of Star Wars than I am in Witcher.
Yes,
but
personally, I think this level's pretty. I think it looks real. It's
visually
really pretty,
but
shit. I don't think that's enough.
No, it's not enough. I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying you know. Well, and even then, there was probably more that went into development costs for The Witcher 3 than you might realize.
Oh yeah, but they sold the base game for ages, and then they did 2 very large story DLCs.
Yeah, sure, and that I agree. That's the way you do DLC in the first place. I'm not a big fan of the DLC model in general. I understand the appeal to companies that as to why they would want to do it. I'm personally, as a gamer, I don't ever want to spend an extra $20 on.
Yeah, I killed Darth Maul, I think.
He
yeah.
killed his friend.
Someone killed Darth Maul.
Isn't that Darth Maul right there?
No. Right where?
Oh, I thought that was the guy running away with the lightsaber.
No, he's just beating everybody with his gun.
Oh.
No, I definitely saw Darth Maul.
Then yeah,
die.
that's probably Bronson.
Yeah.
With my
4-star I really like when companies have DLC and it's actual actual supplemental material. I think that's the only way you should ever do DLC.
The DLC that always stands out in my mind of this is how you do this right was The Lost and Damned and The Ballad of Gay Tony.
Yeah.
Those were the 2 that always stand out in my mind as this is how you do this the right way.
Well, yeah.
Because they were $20.
They're essentially extra games.
Yeah, they were $20 each, and they were these full. There was a full Grand Theft Auto campaign.
Right.
Or
well, that's what I'm saying is
one.
It. To me, the ideal model for DLC, if you have to do it, is one, you don't need it. You don't need those parts of the story to understand the story of the game, or to as excess world building, essentially. That's how you would want it. And then 2, just don't make it cost the same price as another fucking game.
Yeah, because
that was the first big misstep that they had with this franchise.
Because I remember one that stands out in my mind is Warcraft 3, because Warcraft 3 was a $50 at the time base game. It was a really well-made base game.
Really popular.
Oh, what's going on here?
You're in your chat.
Oh, whoops. Okay, there we go. But it was a long base game. Warcraft 3 was an exceptionally long game.
Well, yeah, but the Warcraft series is known for big, expansive worlds and stories.
Yeah, I think I.
And so is Star Wars, so there's no excuse on that front. I agree that it's bullshit. I'm not here to argue that EA went about it the right way. I understand the counter argument, especially my friend's perspective was someone who works in the industry and has that sort of level of insight into where development costs and where profits actually go.
Yeah,
you know. At the end of the day, EA is a big corporation and their only interest is turning a profit.
Yeah, that's
what the Lizard Boy. Josh's boss? Apparently not. Apparently fucking not, boy.
So you just got a loot crate from that?
So I got about a quarter of a level off leveling there, off of that match, and 330 credits, which is not a whole lot.
Yeah, because the loot box is what, 4,000?
Yeah. So
it's 10 matches.
It's 13 12. Matches. Yeah, 12,
yeah,
13.
and then the matches in this are long.
That was a 9.
And it's not
match.
based on how well you do.
Yeah, it's just what you get with lost connection to the server.
Well, fuck this game.
Yeah.
I mean,
30 minute exit. No, I'm just kidding.
So we can do TIE Fighter, Starfighters. We can do Heroes versus Villains.
What's that? Oh, where it's you're the main.
Yeah,
you're playing as the heroes.
Let's do that one real quick.
It's not very good. But
I don't think it's gonna be very good, but it'll be more fun to see
if everyone is playing as Darth Maul, then it's gonna
be great. if everyone's Darth Maul on both teams.
Death Star 2.
We need to play Halo on this show. Like, just a couple of, like...
We did. We were a fan site for 2 weeks.
Yeah, we got Halo 5, like, 4 weeks early. And, we streamed it every single day.
But we need to get, like, everyone we know that, like, actively, like, contributes to or at least Dimitri. And we'll just, like, make a bunch of custom games and play all that bullshit.
Oh, God.
Do I have any Yoda cards?
You have one. Are you gonna play as Yoda?
Yep.
Why? He sucks.
Because my other options are all taken.
Yeah, that sucks.
So...
Alright, cut off their ankles.
Yep, let's do this.
Why did they pick Lando over Yoda?
Because they wanted to make sure Bronson was Yoda.
Look...
They're about the same height.
I've got nothing against Lando Calrissian. He just seems so out of place compared to everyone. He seems so out of place compared to everyone else.
It's really funny, though.
Everyone else has a lightsaber. He's like, man, I'm just here with my gun. Billy D. Williams is hella cool, though. I got to go to his panel at the Reno Comic-Con.
Did you?
Yeah, he was cool. He was like... He was late because he had to go to the bathroom.
That's impressive.
Yeah, that's a lot of credits.
How much is that?
15,000.
They probably paid for all those credits.
I mean, when you were able to.
For like that day.
For that like week.
Yeah. Ooh, Darth Vader's about to get it. Wow, this is
damn,
familiar.
Not even worth that. Oh, no, never mind, maybe.
I was about to say, why'd you stop moving?
Oh, fuck.
I was really hoping.
Wow, look at those cards too.
Wow, okay. That
fucked you up, he did.
That kind of explains it. Heroes especially benefit from the cards. Like, heroes benefit from the cards hardcore.
Well, yeah.
Like, the regular troops, like, yeah, they get some good advantages.
But it's not, like, the same.
But it's not like my Kylo Ren, which can, like, immobilize you for hell. Oh, fuck that.
Oh, God.
Bad touch.
Pay to win, you must.
Yeah, no. Oh, no.
They're chasing you.
Drop into the endless void like every other Star Wars.
Yeah.
Kylo Ren's already lost his helmet.
They messed me up so bad. That Kylo actually...
Fucked up I have been.
My legs don't work like they used to before.
There is another. Do or do not. There is no try. I'm like trying to understand where that came from.
I will... Oh, hey, we'll try her.
Yeah.
Ray
is the best.
Ray is bae.
Yeah.
I love Daisy Ridley.
I liked how she did that video for, I forget which magazine, but it was like talking about all
Oh,
like,
they took it like before you could, so you gotta pick either Lando or Yoda.
Oh, damn it.
Lando.
We'll go Han Solo.
Han Solo.
Against Darth Vader.
You know what? Han lived, for the most part, he lived at least longer than Vader did. Maybe, actually. I don't know.
What the fuck?
Decapitate.
Uh-huh.
I have no idea who the hell that hero is.
I'm a little disappointed that's
Lizard
not
Boy
Jar Jar.
from episode 5. He's one of the million bounty hunters that Darth Vader hires to hunt down Han Solo.
That's who they chose.
I'm really surprised they didn't throw
Probably
Jar
just
Jar in
cheap.
as the joke character.
He's got to be in here.
Like, no, they've kept him out of almost every game, and I'm just like, why?
Oh, man.
He's the best joke character. Like, if you're gonna make a joke character...
Oh, no.
Oh.
And you're really holding up against that lightsaber with your body.
You know, they really shouldn't make heroes like every legacy character. They really should just stick to like the people with lightsabers.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
because it makes no sense. Like, Han Solo is not gonna beat any Jedi in a face-to-face fight.
Yeah, like, I mean, they can be like, at least
if he shot Darth Vader in the back of the head, I'm pretty sure his bullet wouldn't hurt him.
His running animation is really silly too.
That was awesome.
Is your phone going off? Is that what I keep hearing?
That's Bronson.
Who the fuck is it?
It's David, because he spams the group chat about nerd activities. Tell him to go sit on a flagpole. Nerd.
Tell him to go sit on a flagpole.
Nerd.
Tell him to go sit on a flagpole. Tell him to go sit on a flagpole. Tell him to go sit on a flagpole. Tell him to go sit on a flagpole.
Nerd.
Is he one of those
maybe,
like I'm so nerdy?
Yeah.
Are we gonna?
No. David is legit. Like,
is he a good guy?
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Tori's boyfriend.
It's Tori's boyfriend.
I don't know Tori.
She's our staff artist.
I don't know Tori.
She was at not the last nerd party, but the one before that.
I have not been to the last like 3.
No, you were at that one. That was the one where Vanderstoker ate a brownie with you at Rika's place.
No, I was at Rika's birthday party.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the one.
That
Rika's
was nerd
birthday party
for
last December.
Yes.
Oh,
no.
okay.
Like
I definitely only went to the one party, and that was specifically for Rika's birthday.
Okay, yeah, that was not the time.
No, you were definitely. I've got pictures.
That was not when we got party jacked.
Yeah.
No, but that's But Tori was at that party.
Was she at that party?
Yeah, I'm bringing up a picture of it.
I super did not. I was probably drinking a lot.
Then
Eric showed up. And then we started going shot for shot. Yeah, I remember that party.
Yeah.
I would have to see her face.
That Darth Vader tore it up.
Of course he did. He's Darth Vader. He cost 15,000 credits. Like, if he doesn't tear it up, then you wasted money.
Not only that, he also had all those epic, ridiculous cards.
Yeah.
This is a great picture of it. For all those you can't tell, I'm showing a picture to Brandon.
He is
Boom,
bringing
up.
Bam. Turns out it's just like a picture of Big Butt.
Alright, so I guess we'll show off.
Ray won't put anything up because he's a lazy sack of shit.
I guess we'll show up Starfighter Assault.
You sure we're at an hour?
Are we?
No, we're 30 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, this game doesn't have enough content for us to...
So we'll say, like, damn.
Yeah. More deeper than the first one for sure.
No joke.
It's already deeper than the first one, though.
Yeah, there's like...
I don't think it's any better, in my personal opinion.
No,
I can't see why
it doesn't look like I would pay $60 for the same game.
It's not, though.
There's Pokemon cards in it now.
Well, no, there's like way more maps and characters and a story
matter
mode.
to me. The shooting still looks just as bad.
It feels a lot better. Like, it's more precise.
Is it?
Yeah, like...
It's hard. It's always hard to gauge game feel from watching someone play.
Yeah. It really does... Like, it doesn't, help that I just adamantly hated the first one. Like, I thought it was a garbage game.
Like, I thought it was okay.
And, like, this just looks like what they did with...
Did it take you back to the beginning?
It did.
I think I might have trouble connecting to the server right now.
It just... It kind of looks like what they did with... They added a campaign. I'm interested in the campaign. I'll give you that. But, like... Online for this game, I would rather play my Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare.
What happened here? What is... No.
I mean, if you're like, hey, I would rather play X shooter, then yeah, I'd rather play Titanfall 2. I'd rather play, like, Halo 5. Or Overwatch.
Yeah, like...
But like,
that's my problem with shooters. Like, if I have a shooter I prefer, I will never go to the other ones unless it's with a friend.
The thing is, though, is like, this is literally just meant for Star Wars fans. That's who it's for. It's like, you have to really like Star Wars to like this game.
But everybody really likes Star Wars.
Ray doesn't really like
Star Wars.
I like Star Wars.
I'm not a huge, like, super huge fan, but I'm definitely a big fan of Star Wars.
Ray doesn't like anything, really. He,
I like food.
That's all he likes is food.
Do you like food, or do you just eat food?
Because you have to.
I like food.
I like food. I love lap.
I like turtles.
I like turtles.
I like trains.
I like
whoa.
I like how we went different places with that.
That's because there's like nothing to see here.
Everybody do the flop.
Every time there's a cutscene, I'm like, what do we talk about?
The cutscene, I guess.
So
but what about it? Looks like Star Wars.
So who is this?
She's like
She's the OC.
Is she Captain Shiny Helmet?
She's the like original character who's like supposed to be this badass for the Empire.
She's Lieutenant Shiny Sides.
Lieutenant.
She's the person who plays her also did the mocap for her though, and she seems pretty cool in interviews.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
How long is this story supposed to be?
Like 7
5
hours.
minutes.
Basically. He has a crooked tooth and it bugs me. They should have fixed that.
Why?
One.
Because realistic.
Teeth.
No, he has
you
a lot
have crooked teeth.
I do have crooked teeth.
So what does it matter?
Because in a video game I'm paying for, I want everything to be perfect.
No, what?
But the more perfect it is, the more you hit that uncanny valley.
Uncanny Valley.
Yeah, dude.
That's an actual term.
I know.
Yeah.
I just don't hear it often.
I think about it all the time when I watch video game cutscenes because of the way people's mouths move in video game cutscenes. It never looks natural to me. So I'm always looking at it. It sucks. Alright.
Baby, don't you lose my number. Oh.
I've always liked that alien design. It's like ugly, but it's kind of like a cool alien design.
Yeah.
It just
all the
reminds
alien
me of
designs
something.
in Star Wars are dope.
I just can't put my mind on what it reminds me of.
It reminds me of a monkey.
Yeah, I was thinking monkey.
I thought you were like trying to lead us to something.
No, like I was like, it kind of looks like a monkey, but not.
It's the eyes and the ears that you're thinking of.
Yeah. It's mostly the ears, I think it is.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit of the cheek, too. Just like that cheek, like that face shape. Like if it connected and didn't have that weird, like, flap.
This is in this... Is this in the Starfighter Assault mode?
No, this is story mode.
You're controlling her little droid.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Why?
It looks like it's gonna bring me an item.
Reminds me of playing as...
The Claw. The Claw chooses who
They
will
should
go
never
and who
do
will
motion
shock.
blur in video games ever again.
Ever again?
I hate when the camera moves and it turns into motion blur.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just jarring. Well, like, I guess it's not jarring, it's just not very, like, aesthetically pleasing to me. It kind of, like, ruins all the work that you put into, like, making the environments,
pretty.
yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Like that, yeah, that lighting on that gonk droid looked really good. That's not a gonk droid, but yeah. Is it?
Might be? No.
I don't remember the specific name of that droid, but, like, the point is, like, the lighting on that looked really good.
Yeah, just... oh, look, a hole at crotch level.
I have inserted my fingy into
The only downside
is the dick
splitters.
Dinger fungus. Or dinger fungus.
To be fair, I totally thought there was going to be a different joke made at that scene.
About glory holes or what?
Yeah, like like that was like a guaranteed glory hole joke, and he just went dick splinters with it. I'm just like, hormone monster. Come on, we're classier than that here.
Where do we go?
Wow.
It has me like look security footage.
You already looked in that hole. You are in there.
Oh, now we're doing glory hole jokes.
I said you already looked in there.
Yeah, he actually said you already...
Okay, hold on.
How is that a glory hole joke?
Alright, hold on.
60-minute access. Bronson's trying to figure out where we at.
I mean, to be fair, this is almost as impressive as Doom. Let's run the marathon.
Literally just running in circles for hours.
It was like only like 20 minutes of running in a circle.
No, it was not like 20 minutes.
Can you stick it in him too?
Why don't you find out?
Oh, you got no legs, C3P9.
C3P ho.
For show. Can you fly through the door? Will it open? Worth a shot. Maybe you have to build his legs.
I'm gonna check key bindings real quick. Oh, right.
'Cause you're not anywhere.
And I can't find you.
Oh, no, baby. Baby, don't lose my number.
Hey guys, guess what? Here's the mail, it never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail.
Oh my god.
When it comes, I want to whale mail.
I watched a video with him where he was like talking about how all the ridiculous theories that everybody had about him when he left that show.
Yeah.
It was really funny. He was like, yeah.
Like now that he's like bald and
he was
like in his band and everything.
Yeah, he was like, you know the one that like I thought was funny at first until I had to call my mom about it was the one where everybody thought I died. He was like, that was really funny until like my mom caught wind of that, and then it wasn't funny anymore.
Well, how does electrocute the droid?
Just call, hey mom, I'm okay.
Was there a purpose to that?
Yeah, you killed him, you bastard. Maybe you shocked the door panel. Maybe that door has a panel next to it that you could shock.
Or open.
Yeah, like a door panel by the door.
Oh, I'm looking by the door, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, isn't that a panel right there?
Not anything you can do anything with.
That's a fucking wall texture.
I don't know, maybe there's a vent you can fly through.
Maybe there's a...
Oh, wait.
There's a hole there.
Oh, there's a vent you can go through.
Beeps.
Bam, 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 bam,
It's always a
bam,
fucking
bam.
vent.
Bam, 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 bam. Follow me. Bam, bam.
Sorry, I was clearing my throat. That's just how I laugh. Oh,
Just
wow,
like
that's
when you're
really funny.
Just like when you're angry, you go, ooh.
I'm like, ooh. I was getting really mad, okay?
That was really great.
Oh, we can shock someone, I think.
No, you can't.
Well, I can try.
Unless you open that door with that panel right there. 'Cause I would catch a grenade for ya.
I'd do anything for ya. I don't actually know the words to that song.
Jump in front of a train for ya.
And then I'd take a plane to see ya. I don't know.
I would go through all of this pain.
Resurrect Kurt Cobain for ya.
Brain,
Oh.
just like Kurt Cobain. You know I do the same.
In the summer rain.
So many rebels.
So little time.
So much rebel scum.
Oh.
Shocking, isn't it?
Why in the vents? Why is that in the vents?
Bad wiring. QPS probably did it.
No, there's a fucking field right there.
For stuff like this.
Oh god, yeah. What happens if a droid gets into the air duct?
What happens if a service boy is trying to go through there?
Darth Vader would turn it off for him to get to him.
Darth Vader would turn it off for him? I don't think Darth Vader gives a fuck.
I mean, if he wants his services.
No, he's like, you'll figure it out when that shocks you. It'll be an important lesson.
Yeah, just like Luke learned for a little bit there.
Oh yeah, huh?
Yeah, Palpatine taught him the importance of
See, he's seen at least parts of Episode 6. We can now verify. We can now verify that Ray has seen one movie franchise that people like.
I've never seen an Indiana... Oh, wait, I've seen Crystal Skull.
That's
that
not,
counts.
No. Quit saying bad things.
It counts about as much as the like young Indiana Jones TV series from the 90s does.
That's a thing.
It's a bad thing. I don't remember if that's actually what it's called, but it is a thing.
Run for it, little droid.
I don't even think there's room in the continuity for that shit. I'm not joking. There's like an established canon for Indiana Jones.
Oh.
And if Kingdom and the Crystal Skull fits into it, then, you know, it's bad when you're the one that doesn't.
Right.
Like the Star Wars Holiday Special. People are like, Episode 1 was the worst thing to happen to Star Wars. And I'm like, no, there was a cartoon
we do
about...
all of that now, Bronson.
This is a really dumb way to start a Star Wars game.
Playing as the tiny droid.
Yeah, like, this is super fucking stupid.
Like the Holiday Special.
Yeah.
So
That
what
should
was
be
this holiday
DLC.
special?
Pure Unbridled Cancer.
We should watch it.
I'm down. I've already seen it,
I've never seen it.
but I'm down. It's like the only thing, like, you have to pirate it. You can't buy it officially. Like, George Lucas won't release it. He's disowned it. Well, I guess it's not George Lucas's thing anymore, but he's, like, probably burned all official copies.
He went to everybody and burned all of them.
Fuck.
No, I mean, like, he owns, I think, he probably owned, like, the prints, like, the original prints of them.
Oh, and he just destroyed
Because
the
it was
originals.
it was a TV special in 1978, before there were sequels to it, and
Yeah.
Star Wars Episode 4 was just Star Wars. That was
Yeah.
the name of the movie. So there was the Star Wars Holiday Special, and it was about Han Solo trying to get Chewbacca home to his family of family of 4, for a holiday that was definitely not Christmas, but was called Life Day.
What was it? To be fair, like, one of my favorite things about Star Wars still is, like, there was an interview with Mark Hamill where he's just like, yeah, when I was originally reading the script for Star Wars, when I found out we were brother and sister, it kind of took me back for, like, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, nobody on set was prepared for that. Like,
certainly not anybody making 4.
yeah.
But this holiday special, they don't ever tell you what Life Day is. They don't tell you what it means. It's Life Day, and it's an excuse for. It's like a variety show. It's an excuse for a bunch of celebrity cameos. And most of them are way too long and not funny or entertaining in the slightest. It does hold the distinction of being the first appearance of Boba Fett, though.
Wow.
And the first mention of Chewbacca's home planet being called Kashyyyk. So, honestly, nothing to brag home about because Boba Fett sucks. But
just like Jango Fett.
Jango Fett was better than Boba Fett.
They're both bad.
They're both bad, but Jango Fett was definitely better. Jango Fett did more.
Yeah.
Boba Fett straight up didn't do shit.
Yeah. He got eaten by a snake monster in the desert.
And this is the most controversial thing I'll ever say because I don't give a fuck about the expanded universe.
Okay.
But, like, everybody's like, he didn't die in the Sarlacc pit. And I'm like, he died. That
dead.
was the implication. The implication in the film was that he died.
Right.
And they're like, but in the EU, and I'm like, no, he died. And everybody's like, but he's too badass to die. And I'm like, when?
When? What did he do?
Like, when in the movies? Darth Vader ends up doing his job for him. Lando Calrissian does a better job of capturing Han Solo than Boba Fett does. Boba Fett doesn't do shit. Darth Vader pays Boba Fett money to get Han Solo, and then he doesn't do anything. And then Boba Fett takes him to Jabba the Hutt after he's already been captured by Darth Vader and Lando. Like, doesn't do fuck. Doesn't do shit for dick.
I don't know.
All he succeeds in doing is pissing off Chewie.
Yeah.
Like, distracting Luke for 10 minutes.
I don't know why. I was just never a fan of the bounty hunters. Like,
I don't get why people are so into them.
No, like, they don't do much besides float around on their little jetpacks.
I get
like they look cool.
Yeah,
look
that's
cool.
the whole thing. It's the armor and the EU. Like, once you get into the expanded universe, it gets better. But
which isn't canon anymore.
Depends on the EU stuff. Like, all the stuff that people love isn't canon anymore, pretty much. But even then, like, I don't know, man.
That guy is just very unobservant.
I feel like a lot of what people like about Star Wars stems from how it looks, though. Like, that's me for sure. Like, I love the aesthetic of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Music. Aesthetic of music.
Yeah. Like, you can dissect Star Wars and it becomes really dumb. But you don't care because it's Star Wars. You know what you're getting.
Yeah.
And what you're getting is fucking awesome. It's space wizards fighting with laser swords.
Space wizards.
Like, if there's a world in which you don't enjoy that, then I don't ever want to be your friend.
To be fair, they just need to learn how to redirect lightning. Just shoot it right back at them.
Are you trying to? Is that an Avatar thing?
Reference?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because when I saw that for the first time, I was just like, that's some shit right there. That's cool.
That was the most badass moment.
Yeah, like I was like, that's legit cool.
Cause like already like lightning bending was fucking like dope as hell.
Yeah, and then like you can counteract it by sending.
You can channel it through your body. Yeah, I was like, holy fucking shit, dude.
Yeah, you don't even have to be able to use it. You can just channel it through you if you know how.
And before everyone in the comments is like, but the last Airbender sucked. I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
The show was great.
Yeah, the show
was awesome.
The show was amazing. It was like the best kids show for its time.
Right.
Like by a wide margin, because it was a kids show, but it was so deep.
It was deep.
I didn't even watch Legend of Korra because I didn't want to be like disappointed.
It was really
good
bad.
too.
I heard it was really bad.
I heard it got really good later.
Yeah, it's like it starts off real slow.
I watched the first 2 episodes and I thought it was fine, but I just didn't want to I didn't care enough to finish it, I guess.
Like from what I've heard, like so Korra is the new Avatar, right?
Yeah.
But Aang's still alive.
No, he's not still alive.
Okay.
No, so the idea is that because Aang was frozen for 100 years, he used up a lot of his Avatar years. It takes place, I think, 70 years after the original Avatar. So Katara and Toph and Zuko and all of them are still alive, but Aang died because he used up all of his Avatar years frozen in that iceberg.
Okay, because from what I remember, like they said something about like I swear I saw a clip of like her and him standing next to each other.
I swear to God, I've seen clips of like
them.
Well, yeah, but you can communicate with the previous avatars in the Avatar state.
That's true.
Yeah, That's always been a thing.
That didn't even cross my mind. I'm like, I've seen her and Aang together though.
No, Aang's son is her airbending teacher.
Oh, really?
What are they gonna do when they get
I didn't know the Avatar could have
airbender?
Kids.
What are they gonna do when the circle loops around to another?
Well,
airbender?
technically,
they
the
already
circle
have more.
could end.
They already have more airbenders because Katara and Aang had a son and he has kids.
Okay,
so it's slow but steady.
Yeah, so there's always, it seems like, well, because the show's all about balance, so there always has to be an airbender.
Yeah, like, someone will have an airbender.
Went extinct.
Huh? They did nearly go extinct, but then, like, Katara and Aang repopulated.
The entire clan.
Yeah, just
they're like
by
Sasuke.
themselves. Well, but also, like, the humans didn't invent bending either.
No, it was given by the animals.
Yeah, they learned it from their spirit animals.
Like the giant
the air bisons taught the air bisons taught the airbenders.
Yeah, and Appa had some.
Now this is just about Avatar lore. This isn't even like this game is not interesting enough to like I can talk about Star Wars all day. But
yeah, I was just like, there's not much more I can add to Star Wars or this game.
Oh, I can add a bunch to Star Wars. What do we want to talk about with Star Wars? You know?
Episode 3 is criminally underrated.
I think so. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, Hayden Christensen sucks in it, but, like, whatever. Ewan McGregor is great in everything, and his Obi-Wan is incredible. Natalie Portman is, like, you know, not her best in that movie, but she's fine. The fights are fucking dope.
The fights are? Yeah.
The fights the fights are cool. Not as cool as, Episode 7. Actually, my favorite lightsaber fight so far in Star Wars is, in Episode 6. When Luke and Vader first meet up and they start fighting because of that like long sweeping shot that you get right after he like starts threatening to use Leia, and Luke gets hella pissed off and starts like freaking out. Just because all the fights in the prequels are flashy and cool, but that one was like emotional and like heavy. I don't know, man. Made me feel feelings.
My feelings felt feel.
It felt really brutal and like, I don't know, heavy. What's your guys' favorite Star Wars battle?
Probably the end of Episode 3.
Really? Mm-hmm. That was a cool battle. I felt like it was too dancey.
That's
kind of why I liked that fight, though.
That or Luke and Vader in Empire.
That was a good one, but it was slow.
It was.
Yeah. I liked the climax of that fight.
Oh, God.
All right,
the fight where...
This
the fight
is just
where Darth Maul actually
drama.
died. Yeah.
This is straight up just like, let's force you to do this because we want you to feel like...
Oh, look, the robot came, so it must be open. Yeah. Oh, you're dead, though, so it doesn't matter.
I hate when games do that. They, like, make you, like, play through certain things so that, like, they're trying to force you to feel a certain way.
It's like a loading screen for the most part.
Yeah.
That's how I've always looked at that, is it's a loading screen.
I just felt it was always tedious.
Oh, you're dead. Wow. I'm surprised that minigun didn't kill you considering it hit you like 80 times.
We were talking about Avatar so long, I only just now realized you're actually like playing as the Empire.
Yeah.
I noticed that in the beginning with the helmet.
I just wasn't paying attention, honestly.
Yeah, you play as the Empire in this game.
That's edgy.
It is. It's a neat idea.
It's okay. Well, okay. The thing I hate the most about Star Wars is all the Star Wars fans thinking that like making their own custom Sith Lord is like the coolest shit in the world.
We know people like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like almost every Star Wars fan has had like a Jedi and a Sith OC at one point.
Like I think this is cool because you're just like Imperial Special Forces.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Like, it's a cool perspective.
It's cool for this game. It's cool for this game. Like it's a cool concept. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure looking fucking warp speed.
Like, I always kind of liked, like, the Empire's kind of, like, not point of view, but, like, whenever they were describing something, I'm like, that's interesting. I want to know more about that.
Tell me more about the Empire.
The thing about...
Tell me what the Empire can do for me.
The thing about Star Wars specifically, though, is that everybody's always trying to, like, frame it as like the rebellion is like horrible and the Jedi are evil secretly, and that you should like the Sith more. And I'm like, they're cool because they have red lightsabers and they like don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Like,
by the way, we should probably call it
late title card.
That's where we're ending it, on the late title card.
Late title card.
Yeah.
All right. So when do you get your DLC as Jar Jar?
That's all.
Tomorrow.
That
comes out in 5 minutes.
That's coming out in spring of 2018. We're very excited for it.
Yeah, it comes out with Kingdom Hearts 3, right? They come out
right
at the
after
same
they
time?
reveal that Supreme Leader Snoke is actually Jar Jar.
No, look, they screwed up the Kingdom Hearts release date. It's
2018 days.
It's gonna be
until their next commercial for it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be released in 3005. You know, the 1000th anniversary of the series, I think. So.
Well, I mean, what, we're at 12 years now, 13 years now?
Something like that.
So yeah, you play as the Empire during the destruction of the second Death Star.
Oh, so
This is pretty enough.
Yeah.
This is pretty.
Enough.
Yeah.
Serviceable.
It really
I fucking love Star Wars props, though.
I love everything about Star Wars except Episode 2.
Like,
I hate the fans. Yeah, Episode 2 is the worst.
yeah, honestly, the worst thing about Star Wars is
nothing
the fans.
happens in Episode 2.
I like how everyone, like, almost everyone hates Episode 2.
Yeah, well, I hear the argument.
Really happens.
Well, I hear the argument all the time that Episode 1 is the worst Star Wars movie, but I'm like, things happen in that one, though. Like something makes the story go
Holy
forward.
shit,
But in
this is
Episode
great.
2, it's like, oh, he loves her and she loves him. Oh, the by hand. Now his hand's gone. Whatever. And then they resolve every plot thread in the first 5 minutes of Episode 3.
Yeah.
And like just move on like none of it happened.
Sorry, we fixed it.
It like opens up the idea of the Clone Wars and then doesn't show you the Clone Wars, and you're just
Right?
like,
Murders Count Dooku, just...
yeah. You open Episode 3 at the end of the Clone Wars. Literally the last stand of the Clone Wars was on...
They just assumed you watched the cartoon.
I did, but... It was really good.
It was.
Yeah,
You know what's also really sad, Bronson? I love Star Wars Battlefront 2 on the PlayStation 2.
Yeah,
I loved that game.
Oh, that's a classic.
It's an amazing game, and I've hated every Star Wars game since,
I thought the first Force Unleashed was good.
Yeah, the first Force Unleashed is okay.
That one was okay, but like
It's a
generally
cool
I'm
what
just
if
like,
story.
I just get bored.
My favorite Star Wars game is Rogue Squadron 2.
Huh.
That's one I don't hear often.
Battlefront 2 is probably second.
I like Battlefront 2 a lot
Like
because of like my brothers and I used to play that shit all the time.
I played
Yeah.
that shit on Xbox Live to death.
Yeah.
Like when on OG.
Oh, we had it on
Xbox.
PS2, so it was just like local multiplayer back when that was like what you did.
You could
Right.
have hooked a modem to a PS2.
Yeah, but we didn't.
But it was-
yeah,
it was
that
free
was my
online.
thing. Like I
Yeah.
didn't do that, but no, like straight up, like Chewbacca's area, like his like that beachfront.
Kashyyyk, yeah.
Yeah, that place. That was my favorite map.
I did the
I tore it up on that map.
It's iconic.
I love the space fights. Like the space fights were so
Yeah.
good.
The one that was
like especially
the,
because you could like board in their like
It's
the Battle over
base.
Coruscant from Episode
yeah.
3, and that game was so much fun.
honestly, if they would have remastered that game and just released it again, I would have bought it instantly.
So they brought that game back. Like it's
Did they?
Yeah, they brought the online back to it, and it's like on Steam for $10.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever play the video game for Star Wars Episode 3?
It was alright.
It wasn't bad.
That
It was okay.
It was
They
alright.
had that like fighting game
It was
built
the
into it that I
definition
liked.
of okay.
It was very Dynasty Warriors.
Very much so, but they had a fighting game mode.
I
in it
remember that.
Yeah, that was cool.
And like you just block forever.
It sucked, but it was
You could
fun.
literally block forever. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like if you
Well, that was back when like a bad game, it didn't like matter because you were still playing it.
yeah like
That's
and,
because-
and
Well,
also
also,
care.
that's because we didn't have $20-$30 to get a new game, so we had to suffer with our bad
Right.
game.
Yeah,
Well,
like-
and then on top of that, you weren't constantly checking like fucking Metacritic to see what everybody was saying
like
about
I
it.
remember
The conversation wasn't
like I
there.
remember I
Yeah.
bought Ninja Gaiden on the original Xbox.
Yeah.
And like I 100%ed that shit because I wasn't getting a new game for like 8 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
So
was
it's-
my thing back
So
in the
it's
day.
like
If I
I'm
got
gonna
a
get
game,
so good at this ridiculously hard fucking.
The
video
first
game.
time
that's
I
what was me
realized-
and Mech Assault.
The first time I realized that Ryu from Ninja Gaiden was also in
DOA.
Dead or Alive, I like shat myself. I didn't realize that for the longest time. And I was like, oh, it's the same dude.
I just thought it was a ninja.
I gotta say the thing that like changed for me is like around 14 is when I started getting into online games.
Yeah.
And like when you're 14, those are really good bang for the buck. because you can play Halo 2 every night and not be bored.
Right.
Or World of Warcraft.
That's all these kids now with Minecraft, I think.
Yeah,
and like PUBG or whatever. Overwatch.
To be fair, I was watching some PUBG games last night, like some highlights, and that game looks really stupid.
I like watching people Let's Play because it's really funny.
It is. Well, it's basically you don't need to talk about the game literally at all.
Well,
like you can just constantly talk about anything.
So Star Wars Battlefront, final thoughts?
I want to play the one on the PS2.
I think this is...
It looks prettier. It looks like it plays smoother, and I still won't buy it.
They improved upon that first game from the core gameplay perspective in almost every way, but the progression system is so bad it makes me not want to play it.
Feels like one step forward, two steps back. We go together because I'm just like a cat.
Meow.
We go together because
I can see why you
attract.
That terrible song from the 80s.
I love that song.
Music video.
That's such a good song.
But no, I can see why you said it looks better.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, like they improved. Like it feels like a half step forward. And
also,
that sucks.
I don't know who decided that on Hoth everyone was gonna wear white. But I hate that.
Oh, that was in the movie, dude.
I know it was.
Yeah.
But I still hate that in a shooter.
No tauntauns.
There were tauntauns.
Didn't see him.
There were.
Dude, I shot a guy off.
He killed one
Did
off
you?
of a tauntaun.
Fuck, I was not paying attention.
And then he died immediately.
This game isn't very arresting.
No, like, I think I spent most of the time looking at the microphone.
I was definitely staring at the microphone and the audio levels. We didn't even sing during this one.
That's because it just didn't want me to want to sing.
And yeah, it's not like Wolfenstein where the Nazis really make you want to belt one out.
Sound of Music, wasn't that about no, I was gonna say.
Oh.
The hills are alive with the sound of music.
Hey guys, what's Hitler's favorite video game?
Star Wars?
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Hey, all you fucking Nazis, Merry fucking Christmas.
Okay, you need to stop now.
Oh god,
this isn't even that game anymore.
All right, we'll be back next week.
You showed me that song. That's your fault.
We'll be back next week with more hard-hitting commentary about Avatar: The Last Airbender
and Star Wars.
Next time we'll be playing Pitfall. For the Atari 2600.
I mean, I can get that if you want me to.
I kind of would be down.
Can we let's play Pitfall?
Can we let's play Pong?
let's play Mario 3.
I'm fucking so down. You don't even understand.
I have it.
Oh my god. Next time we're going to be playing Mario 3.
Yeah,
Mario 3.
Yeah. It's so good.
Yeah, it's not as good as World, but it's a damn good game.
I like them both, honestly. I do like World a lot.
No, I want to make you play 64
This game doesn't have us focused at all, dude.
Yeah,
like we talked a lot about Star Wars on the bright side.
Yeah, we did.
On the next episode of 60-Minute Access, Ray is going to cut his shirt
a bat's
open.
Head like Ozzy.
He's gonna eat a bat's head on stage, and he's gonna cut his shirt open and give scraps of it to homeless people for warmth.
Okay. What we're really doing next week is Danganronpa 3. Bye, everybody.
Bye. I love you.